With love, light, and respect, I say, meh. Hi, hello Drag Race fans, welcome to my channel. My name is Jer. We are talking about All Stars 9, Episode 1, Drag Queen Save the World. We're not talking about the paintball yet, Episode 2, because I did not have the mental stamina to deal with that last night. Our landlord dropped off our rent renewal, and it's ridiculous. I don't have the mental bandwidth right now for it. Let's address my elephant in the room. I don't think I'm gonna walk away from this All Stars being like, whoa, I remember that. But who knows, it's only episode 1, so maybe I'm being hypercritical. I echo what I said before. This could have easily been a special like the Holoslave, 2 parts max, and I think that would have been just fine. And I've been racking my brain all night about what could make this season better, because the problem is not the cast. The cast is excellent. I really love these girls. I love what they're bringing energy-wise. I like what they're bringing confessional-wise. I, for the most part, enjoy their looks. There's no stakes, there's no drama, and the fact that it's for charity lowers those stakes even further, because it's not like they're competing to win money. They're just winning the title, right? And yes, they will get put again on the national platform. People are gonna talk about them once again, but it's not like a typical All-Stars where it kind of matters a little bit more. There's nothing wrong with charities. It's just like, it's not giving me the ooh ah ah sensation. I'm gonna sip my coffee for this one. How do you manufacture tension in a season that does not have it? When you have a bunch of congenial queens doing challenges that are meant to keep them congenial, how do you get that thing in there? We were really able to enjoy All Star 7 and feel that tension because there was a need to win that money at the end. There was a need to prove who was the best winner of those girls that were there. There was something higher stakes, where this time it's just who can raise the most money for charity. And of all of those girls in that room, RuPaul easily could give $200,000 right now to any of those charities without even blinking about it, could just swipe the debit and it would go straight on through. Anyway, that's beyond the point. So how do you manufacture drama? How do you manufacture tension? And I've been thinking about it all night, and I think I came up with a solution. 6-part season, no more, no less. Get all the big hitter episodes, right? So we'll do the talent show, a ball, a snatch game, and some type of acting / improv challenge. Those are the big ones. Challenge 5 is a lip sync Lollapalooza, similar to the one they did in Canada's Drag Race, where at the end there will be one winner who will get a badge. And from each one of these challenges, there's a top 2, they get a badge, and whoever wins the lip sync gets to give a badge to someone else. It's a season of congeniality, it's a season for charity, so it's going to manufacture some tensions, right? Because you have allyships, you have groups and cliques that are gonna form. Who do you wanna go to the finale with? So you're gonna fight a little bit harder, one, to get your spot in the top, but also to make sure that your friend also goes there with you. So it's creating a little more tension here. It's creating a little more drama, and it's then dividing up the workroom a little bit into these factions, which I think we desperately need in something like this. All Star 7, those girls understood they needed to bring something more because nobody was going home. So Monet and Trinity, creating an alliance together, created a little extra layer of drama that we really needed, because we were wondering as the audience, were the Twinners gonna go all the way? Would they get punished by the group for collecting together? Would it work out? And we need something like that here. And like the scissor thing, scissor sister, haha lesbian joke aside, whatever, I don't know if it's enough of a gimmick because we already saw it before, and it just feels bad blocking somebody from being able to win $200,000 for charity. It doesn't feel good to prevent someone from raising money for a charity. And if you're blocking someone like Angeria, who's fighting for Black activism, bitch, that's bad. Sorry, that doesn't feel good to me. I don't enjoy that. So I would rather have it be create forced alliances within the workroom. So back to my concept. Then episode 6 is the finale, do the talent show, do the RuPaul music video challenge thing, and then whoever has the most badges at the end gets to do a lip sync wheel. Then there's a top two, they fight for their prize, and then they win, you know? I don't think we needed to drag it out a bazillion episodes. That was my concept, all of that to say. I think that would have made the season a little more interesting, rather than where we're at kind of right now. But let's talk about the episode. So, I got all my notes here. I don't think we need to talk too much about the queen entrances. They all looked really good. I will say initially, I am super biased towards Angeria. I want her to win the whole thing. I think Angeria is queen, and I think she easily could have won her own season. The reading challenge was pretty fun. Mick surprised me with how funny they were, and I loved Roxy's jokes. I think she's really figured out how to translate her humor outside of the show into something that works for camera, because sometimes when you're a little too bitey at the nightclub, that energy doesn't translate well for a camera, and Roxy's really figured that out by now, and I love that. Drag Queen Save the World was a pretty low-key dance number if we're talking about the pantheon of drag queen opener songs. It was catchy. Drag Queen Save the World. That was fun. I liked that. But then all the lyrics, I don't remember any of them. Not one. I don't even remember the looks, and I just watched it less than 12 hours ago. And I know I'm not in a good mental place right now, but I should remember something, and I don't. So like right now, I'm just not getting the like, you know? I'm not getting it, and I want it. Now the runway. This is always my favorite part to talk about every single week. I really love the idea of doing a signature look plus a branding thing. So signature scent was really fun too. Asking them to do two things in one. It's brilliant. I love that concept. It almost felt like it was built for Roxy, and I guess I don't think she knew that it was built for her, because she did not go as stunning as I was hoping she would, but we'll get into that in just a moment. So first out we have Mick doing Crash. I say with love and light because I'm not on TV, they all are. I have no business critiquing any of these people's looks because these looks are far more expensive than the money I will ever own. However, I don't love a U-neck with tank top sleeves for a dress. I think Mick's done this silhouette once or twice, and I'm pretty sure they did it on their season too. I also don't love the chain placement. I think it looks a little shoddy. And then the white face with the regular plain body is a little jarring to me. I think there's just a little bit too much going on and it's not focused enough. And had this been an up for elimination situation, I do think that maybe Mick would have been bottom 2 or 3 because the look was not super stunning and the performance was not super stunning. Next up we have Nina doing Criminal. This is very big dollhouse, and I know that Nina has done Hairspray on Broadway. I do love the idea of Be Gay Do Crime, and I wish that had been maybe a little bit more pushed. I enjoy elements of this look. I like the silhouette and how wild it all looks. The little mini hat on top of the wig is psychotic, but I love it. I'm a big fan of over-exaggerated sleeves, so I'm really enjoying the sleeve moment. The skirt does look just a smidge like a card table. So like, I go back and forth on that. I think the biggest problem for me was that none of these signature scents felt like a stamped branding for these people. I don't know if I would think Nina West and think Criminal. If there had been a little more connection, maybe I would have gotten it, but like, I was missing the brand element of this. How does this stamp you? I don't know if I got that. Next we have Plastique with Fantastique. I gotta say, I'm obsessed with the hair and makeup. She looks beautiful. Kennedy Davenport, beautiful. The wings are interesting. They do look, they look like an inexpensive material, and that's fine. I wasn't getting luxness from it. I was sort of getting those like Mylar balloons that you have at birthday parties when you're 12 years old. But the mechanical nature of these wings was incredible, and I want to know how she was puppeteering these. Because there was one point where the wing waved at the camera, and then it went into her body as she was leaving the runway. But she wasn't tugging on anything. So did she have like a remote control on the bottle or something. The mechanical nature of this and the way that it was built was absolutely incredible. I didn't like the under part, and I mean, that could have literally been anything except a bodysuit. So like, is it plastique? Sure. Fantastique is funny. It's a nice play on words. Again, it's like, it meets the assignment of signature brand, you know, signature scent. Next up is Angeria, who I think understood the assignment the best, doing La Southern Belle. I mean, goddamn, she looks beautiful. These colors are so stunning. I love this My Fair Lady look on her. Angeria, I'm gonna be so biased towards every single week, so just be prepared. I want her to win, so in my brain, Angeria can't do anything wrong. Like, Angeria could flip off RuPaul, Angeria could throw poop at Michelle Visage and then like burn a dress on the runway and say, fuck this competition. And I'd be like, yes, queen. Just full disclosure. God, she's everything. This look is perfection and it's my favorite one of the entire evening. Then we have Vanjie doing Toxica. It's just like so blah. It existed and it's not bad. It's just, why is the dress not lined? That's what I need to know. Why is it not lined? I don't like it. This is not my favorite look in the entire universe. Next out was Jorgeous with Lil Chaquita. I really enjoyed that this was poppers, which I just tried for the first time recently, and I very much enjoyed them. This was like a really simple look, but I think the presentation of the scent was funny. Plus, what's not tee-hee-ha-ha about a gay smelling like poppers? And it was so established in her original season that Jorgeous doesn't top. So I thought that was funny. Was this the most inventive look on the runway? Absolutely not. Was it very signature Jorgeous? Absolutely. And I mean, the bitch is painted. This mug is everything. Like, come on. Next out was Chanel with Chanel No. 1, which was such a fun play on words. This was probably one of the best branding assignments next to what Angeria did. And I mean, this costume with this crimson red, this big high updo, she looks like a madam. And I think that is what Chanel really thrives in. Chanel was my very first drag queen that I ever saw in the wild. When I went to my very first nightclub, Chanel was hilarious, she was engaging. I am sad that she's not a SoCal girl anymore, but at least Vegas gets to be blessed by her and her talent and her beauty and her costuming. Everything is immaculate with Chanel, and that's what we saw with this look. I think, for me, this was my top 2 runway right next to Angeria, and even though I didn't think Chanel was perfect in the challenge, I would have awarded her top 2 because I liked this branding. Jorgeous was a really close third for me. Last out was Roxy with Never Sent Home, and you know, I'm gonna be so real, I think this outfit is despicable. What is this? You know, I say this with love and light because I'm not on this show. They're making their money, and I can sit in my lane and not swerve out of it. I really did not like this. I don't like the hair, I don't like the dress, I don't like the scent. I really, really, really wish that she had done a play on Thick and Juicy and redone her scent from season 5 and done the glow up version of it. Don't know how she would have done it, but even if she had played off in her confessional part that it smells like maple and food and IHOP, like that would have been a funny callback to her original season because this branding challenge seems specifically tailored to her, and I was sad that she missed the mark on it because it really did feel like that. And I understand that she's never been sent home. It's a funny play on words. Never sent home. I get it. I just didn't like it. Overall, this was kind of a bummer of a runway. It wasn't my favorite first impression episode. So, you know, it was okay. It was kind of mid. I don't think that the season is bad by any means. I just don't think I'm going to remember it very much. So the end of this episode, the top 2 are Jorgeous and Angeria. They lip sync to $1 Million Bill by Whitney Houston. And if I'm not mistaken, these 2 lip sync in their season, and I do believe that Jorgeous sent Angeria to the next round. There was a lot of controversy around that. I remember people thinking that Angeria should have won that one. And, you know, I'm glad that they got to do this all over again. I'm glad they got to have their rematch. Angeria wins, which was so appropriate. They both were really good in their own ways. They were both giving very different styles of lip sync, and I responded well to both of them. I really loved that Angeria even had the little towel and was wiping herself off, doing all the Whitney-isms. She was perfection. I do remember that, and I will remember that. She scissors her sister Roxy, so that means Roxy cannot win next week. And knowing that it's a ball challenge, I do think that maybe that was a good decision because Roxy can sew. And Roxy has done very well in all of her sewing challenges that she's had to do. Personally, I would pick going forward someone like Nina because she's very funny. And All Stars tends to focus on comedy challenges. So I hope that they're smart and strategic about what they do going forward. But knowing that next week's a ball, hopefully that pans out in her favor. But I will see you very soon for episode 2. I will be doing that within the week, just to make sure that I'm keeping up with each episode. I don't want this to get too far behind. So keep an eye out for that, and I will chat with you soon. What did you think about this episode? What did you think about this format? What do you think about the season going forward? I just hope that it's not going to be a 12 episode season because I don't want to talk too much shit about this. I think this season's really mid right now, but we'll see where it goes and where it develops. It's only the start, so maybe this is a slow moving car. Maybe it'll get where it needs to go eventually. I don't know, we'll see. See you next time. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to click that like button. And if you want to see more, hit subscribe. Goodbye.